Do it.
Good morning, everyone. So today we have a different adventure for you. We're going on a backpacking trip and we're headed down there to the Escalante. So this one is not a full family adventure. This one is actually me and my middle daughter, Kayla. And this trip is kind of a last minute deal. We had another trip planned in Death Hollow, but the weather and the road did not play nice, and trying to get up and down the road was a little bit dicey. So last second we switched it up and actually turned it into a much bigger trip than we had before. All right, guys, so we've made it all the way to the bottom. Right up there is where we started. We just kind of came down that way and around here. So we still have probably about 2 miles to get down to the Escalante. And right now it's just a lot of walking through some light sand, nothing too bad. All right, so we have our first views of the Escalante River. Well, kinda. You can see the trees, green trees down there. And all this is Fence Canyon. And way back up there is where we started, about 3 miles back. And once you get here, you gotta kind of work your way down these cliff bands to get all the way down. All right, so we have reached the Escalante and there's water. So there's water here, which means we can start floating. All right, so we've got our boat geared up. Unfortunately, I forgot the paddle. Last night I wrote it down, left myself a reminder, and still managed to forget. Luckily the water's moving, so we'll probably just find a few big sticks to keep us off the shore. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this camera away. We're gonna get the waterproof DJI out and head down the river. I don't know if the mic is working on this thing or not, but we just stopped. Take a quick break. It's about 11:30. We're soaking wet. The water is freezing cold.
It's off.
So,
it's black.
So yeah, it's definitely cold water. All that snow melt coming down from the mountain. Most of it we've been able to float. There's a few spots we've had to get out, get over some log jams, and then a few spots we've had to walk it just because it was too shallow. So far we're getting along without not having a paddle. Next stop is Neon Canyon, which is about 5 or 10 minutes down river, and we're going to stop and get out there. And at the end of that, there's a short little trail we're going to go check out. All right, so we believe we have reached Neon Canyon Trail, so we're going to go do a little side excursion and go check that out. All right, guys, so we made it down to the cathedral. I don't know if you can hear me echoing. I don't know if you can hear me at all, but we did actually see some people coming in here. Pretty large group. Luckily, they warned us about the poison ivy because I wasn't even paying attention. But there is a lot of it back in here, so you're gonna have to be careful if you do trek back in here. But let's take a look at what this place looks like. Alright guys, so that was pretty awesome. It's not an easy hike to get back in here. If this is all you're doing is the cathedral trail, plan probably 6 hours or so. Once you get down to the river, you obviously have the opportunity for water. Back in here there is water, but I probably wouldn't drink it even if I filtered it. So we're gonna head back to the boat and continue downriver. All right guys, so you can see the cloud behind me. We lost sun about 30-45 minutes ago, and slight breeze picked up and it got cold in the river, so we had to get out. We deflated the boat and now we are on foot. We put a couple dry shirts on because the boat was pretty much full of water and we were just soaked. So it's about 3 o'clock now, so we've got about a good hour and a half left of hiking. So we're gonna continue on foot. Right now I think we're about 10 miles, 11 miles down. My phone's busted up and has been for a while. Got wet, so now it won't stay on. And unfortunately, my daughter's phone, we downloaded the map app, but we forgot to download the maps. So we can see our location, but that's about it. Upside is, like I said earlier, she does have Starlink connectivity on her phone as well. So we have a way to communicate. But we're, so it's 46 miles from here to Coyote Gulch, or from where we started to Coyote Gulch. So I think if we're somewhere between 10 and 12, probably got 30 to 35 left. So we're just gonna keep on going. All right, guys, so you can see we've made camp. It's about 6 o'clock. Gonna make some dinner here soon, and then probably lay down and take a nap. Got all our clothes strung out all over the place, drying for what did get wet that we were wearing today. So first day stats, like I said earlier on, my phone got wet. The back of it's broke. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's actually missing the whole back. So it got wet and stopped working completely. Then I started trying to dry it out when we got back here, or got to camp, and it started getting super hot. So I just turned it off and shoved it down in the sand and just plugged it in, and now it seems like it's charging, coming on, so that's good. But like I said, I do have satellite text on my daughter's phone. So we did text my wife, and she said, I sent her our coordinates, and according to the map, we did about 13 and a half miles today, which isn't too bad. About half of that was walking, half of that was in the water, boating, or rafting, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so 13 and a half out of 46 just to get to Coyote Gulch. And then from there, that's when we have to exit the water and start heading down towards our end goal, which is Jacob Hamlin. We're hoping to be able to make it out that far. Worst case scenario, if we have to, we'll come out and exit at Crack in the Wall Trailhead, which is right at the intersection of Escalante and the canyon that goes down to Jacob Hamlin Arch. So yeah, we're just gonna play it by ear. We need to at least do 15 miles or more tomorrow to be able to make it out of here in a reasonable amount of time. But at this rate, I'm thinking if we can do Jacob Hamlin, if we can go down to the arch, probably about 3 or 4 more days. Worst case, we have to exit early, probably about 3 days from now, and that'll be right where we exit the river. So anyway, it's gonna do it for day 1. See you guys in the morning.
Good morning, everybody. We made it to day 2. Here's the look around camp.
All right, so day 2, made it through the night. No issues. It wasn't too bad. Temps got down to around 40 or so. So it wasn't extremely cold or anything. But today we've got a lot of miles to cover. We need to do a minimum of 15 miles to be able to do our entire trip we have planned, to have enough supplies to do the whole thing. So that's our goal today, 15 miles. I think we're gonna start hiking a little bit before we get in the water, let the sun get a little higher. Now that the sun is on me, I am actually sweating already, so we may get in the water pretty quick, I don't know. But we're gonna get camp torn down, packed up, and get back on the trail. All right, so we're back at the river. We're gonna launch the boat, see how far we can get today.